crowd cheered as my chariot made its way through the streets of Akka. Despite the rain, many had come to celebrate the fruition of our dream. It gladdened me to see their merry faces, content with the life my reign had brought them. I could still recall the mud coating the pathways of this city, staining my white robe as I conducted errands for the city council. In those days, the harbor bell stirred fear among the people as it heralded the arrival of the raiders' ships. Now the streets were paved with white stones, and the bell announced the arrival of peaceful ships carrying goods from distant provinces. Only the faces of the chieftains were unmoved by my arrival. I watched some of them sternly observing the procession, while others had hatred etched into their eyes each time their gaze fell on my guards parading in front. Nonetheless, I knew their fear was greater than any other sentiment, and as long as it remained that way, they would prove loyal. With time, they would learn to appreciate the prosperity my rule brought to their land. Such had been the advice of Almerius, and even while he had not earned my unconditional trust, there was wisdom in his words that I wouldn't question. After all, even the people of Akka opposed me at the dawn of my rule. I smiled at the cheering crowd as my chariot approached the city hall, and I could see unicorns awaiting my arrival to welcome me. Unlike Almerius, they were young and worthless for any other purpose than lending credence to my rule as their race, and it was the very reason I had elected them for this. Even though the advice of the elders often lifted the fog from my eyes, their closeness to the throne was a risk I wasn't willing to take. My chariot halted, and I stepped out and greeted them as they approached me. I strode between them towards the city hall, halting only on the wide steps to bless the cheering crowd. It would not be long now before I could retreat inside, seeking the comfort and solitude of my chambers. I offered one last blessing and stepped inside. As the doors closed behind me, I sank into a chair too ornate to be pleasant, but it did not bother me. My body was weary, and my mind anxious. Cat had not returned, and as much as I had searched for a cause, I had found none. Did she not care how I felt? I wondered. My mind wandered, but I halted it before darker thoughts surfaced to break my fragile inner peace. I did everything to make her happy. We were close. Was the burden I put upon her too much? No, she was strong. I had made her strong, and I did not put her through more than I carried on my own shoulders. After all, we all had to make sacrifices for those we cared about, I told myself. Those were the words once spoken to me by the mirror. I tried to find comfort in them, just as I had back then, knowing what I would need to do to protect this world.